I was like, this is all I can do, basically. And it involved just shaking my hips in the way that only they could.
We're gonna burn through some burning questions.
Right, good. Not too much thought.
Correct. 3 points to Hufflepuff.
Which Fantastic Beast is your favorite?
Eddie points at me because I've stuck to the same one for the last few years. I like the little bow truckle.
He's a loyal Pickett fan. I'm going to go with Teddy the Niffler, who Mads calls the Muffler for some weird reason.
Excuse me.
He's kind of like the tricky, naughty, charming kid that causes trouble.
What is your character's biggest flaw?
Guilt. One-word answer. I've got one for him. I was just going to say self-doubt.
Yeah, but I'm not sure that he does really doubt himself. He just doubts the task that's being presented to him normally by you.
By someone who doesn't tell him what's going on.
You have to trust me.
Or how about insular? Because I love his introverted nature, but sometimes there's a bigger thing going on in the world, and he needs to be active.
Everyone is going to have to pick a side. I don't do sides.
What was the most challenging scene to film?
The climax, the scene at the end, because every lead character is at that spot and it took us weeks to cover it. It was a really complicated scene.
For me, it was one of the opening moments of the film. I ended up having to lie in this lake during a night shoot in December, and it was, I think, the coldest I've ever been.
Might be.
What was hilarious about that, though, is that these sets, which are all super top secret, were filmed by a drone that came over, and they were in all the newspapers. And I was so upset because I didn't want our sets to be given away. But the great news is they thought it was the Bat Cave. So I was like, oh great, they have no idea.
I'm vengeance.
What is your favorite Wizarding World moment?
Mine's a sad moment, but I remember it affecting my children so dramatically, and me. It was the death of Dobby on the beach when they get back and they look round and, oh, it's gonna make me cry. So sad.
Hold on, okay?
It's an amazing moment of drama that a character that made you laugh and at times was so silly suddenly becomes the focus of such upset and heartbreak.
Dobby is happy to be with his friend.
It's more general rather than specific, but in that opening of the first film, the arrival of Dumbledore, the arrival of McGonagall, Harry underneath the stairs. You know when you read a book, you go, the film's never going to be as good as the book, because ultimately it never will be, because it's not what's in your imagination. And yet somehow it was exactly as I pictured it. It was everything that I had seen in my head depicted on film.
It was like magic.
How does one do the swivel?
Follow me.
Oh, someone can swivel.
Swivel, but delicately.
Be careful, this could be the beginning of you may be asked this for many years to come now.
We spent a long time trying to work out what this dance should be, and this wonderful movement director came up with all these wonderful ideas, and I lack so much the physical capability. At the end I was like, this is all I can do, basically, and it involved just shaking my hips in the way that only they could. And actually the brilliant vis effects people had also already conjured up the idea of what the creatures might look like, and they were doing something wobbly. It was a weird thing of them presenting their ideas and us presenting our ideas, and they sort of, I was going to say merged, beautifully, probably clashed horribly together into whatever is on the screen.
The best plan being no plan.
Or many overlapping plans.
Thus confusion.